Hello and welcome to the sacred space that is the hair and makeup room. We are going to be answering some of your questions and asked by the fabulous Chloe Agnew, who I've drafted in for this, and out of shot we have the magic maker that is Cara McAleer.
Woohoo!
Our hair and makeup beauty. So I haven't heard these questions just yet, so there may be some dramatic pauses.
I am the before. She is the after right now. This is the magic of
We're
Cara.
still in the process of getting ready here, so we're about an hour out from showtime. So let's go.
Okay. Question 1. What is your favourite song to perform?
I think Doulamon. It's
Good
fabulously
answer.
dramatic, get to wear a great cape and run around the stage, and yeah, I think it's a fan favourite as well, which I love.
I love watching you do that every night too. It's a great one.
Okay.
Okay. Question 2. Is the Celtic language taught in schools? And you're also fluent in the language? Is that
I
correct?
am, yes. It is taught in schools. It's compulsory as you kind of get older, you start to study it and do exams in it. I myself did all of my schooling through Irish, so I did my subjects through Irish, which I actually am really grateful for now that I'm a bit older.
Vern is the best Irish speaker of all of us. Side note. Are there castles and old buildings throughout Ireland? And can you tell us a little bit about recording the special last year?
Yes, there are many castles and great
Old
old
ruins,
buildings
yeah.
throughout Ireland. If you haven't been, would recommend visiting. It's fabulous. And we had an amazing opportunity to record in front of Johnstown Castle for Postcards from Ireland last year, which was also where the Ancient Land special was recorded, so it was great for us to get to experience that ourselves.
Yeah, I think what was amazing as well was driving around Ireland last year when we were recording the special. Like, even as Irish people, you're fascinated by
Totally.
just there are old ruins on the side of the road.
Yeah.
There are
Definitely
old castles
something
and-
that I definitely take for granted.
completely. I think you stop seeing them
Appreciate it, yeah.
until you actually stop and realize they're there. Yeah.
And obviously the special as well was like, there was nobody around because
Yes.
we were still during a pandemic and the weather was amazing, so
Yeah.
getting to see it in that light was just
Totally.
incredible.
Kind of the natural state of the land. Amazing. Okay, next question. How does it feel to be on tour with these Celtic women veterans?
Veterans.
What do you think? How does it feel to be on tour with us?
Do you know what? I think when I first found out that I was going to be going on tour, I was like, this is the most surreal and outrageous thing. And I sometimes get kind of like pangs of that, like when we're in like a particularly like amazing venue, or even when we're kind of on the tour bus together and I just kind of catch myself and I'm like, how am I here?
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, I feel like it feels like the most natural and like
Yeah.
family.
It feels like you've been a Celtic woman for forever.
Yeah.
Like, it really does. I mean, I think we had that amazing bonding time when we were recording the special last year.
Definitely, yeah.
But like, even watching you on stage and stuff, it looks like you've been
Stop it, I love you.
Celtic woman for forever. Okay, next question. What's been your favourite place to visit on tour? And do you have a favourite venue?
I loved, there's so many, do you know what? I think what's so incredible is that there's so many places throughout the US and Canada that I would never have seen had it not been for this tour. And so even kind of getting to see like little corners of places that I hadn't even really heard of has been definitely a highlight. But I do have to say that I loved Atlanta and
the Fox. Yeah,
was
that's a
so special.
one.
I think venues as well, Mohegan Sun, because I'd never played at an arena before. All of these venues, I'm like, even talking about now, I'm like, yeah, that was amazing. But if I actually think about it, is just so outrageous to me. And obviously the special, the Celtic Woman special, that was filmed in the Fox Atlanta, and for then me to say that I performed there with Celtic Woman is very surreal.
Yeah, totally cool. Okay, my sister Lucia, who is 6 years old, hi Lucia, wants to know how you make your hair so beautiful.
Well, that's a timely question. It is not me, Lucia. It is the magician that is Cara. She is absolutely incredible and has different hairstyles for us my hair is naturally poker straight, and for her to be able to get my hair to sit in a curl is actual sorcery.
Yeah. She's the best. As it's your first tour, what did you look forward to seeing or experiencing when you first started?
I think something just like even being on a tour bus for me, I was like, that's the only things I've seen in like
Yeah.
a movie before, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. And obviously after 2 years of not performing essentially,
Yeah.
to be back on stage, I think I've said this a few times, that I was like not worried, but I wasn't sure how I was going to respond to a live audience again, because
Yeah.
you hope that it's like riding a bike, that you get back out and you're like,
exactly.
oh, this is fine. But I was kind of, that, and getting to see parts of America, as I say, that I've never seen before, was just incredible, and play these amazing venues, and actually being part of the family.
Next one we have up is, what's your way of relaxing, or what do you like to do spending your days off? When it's not sleeping.
I was just
We
going to say,
do sleep on our days off.
sleep. Do you know what? We've been really great for like,
We have.
for actually getting out, and like,
Yeah.
the gals were going out and doing just things in each city. So we've been whale watching, we went jet skiing, we
San Francisco, we
went-
cycled the Golden Gate
cycled the
Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Didn't we, Cara?
That was a highlight for me.
Cara nearly gave up halfway across the Golden Gate Bridge.
FYI, for those who haven't cycled the Golden Gate Bridge, there's a lot of uphill.
Yes,
But it's
a
fun.
long
Great
bridge.
workout. It's a long bridge. It's great.
What else did we do? In Chicago,
We went to Chicago.
we got to hear some great jazz.
We did like an
Boat
underground tour of Seattle, a boat tour. So yeah, we actually, as much as I say that we sleep on our days off, we've tried to kind of push ourselves to see as much as possible, because as I say, I've never been to Seattle, I've never been to Chicago, so
Yeah.
it's been
And it's
great.
actually been really, I've loved going back to these cities that I've been before lots of times, but getting to experience them
Totally.
again with new people, or getting to do different things that you've always wanted to do.
And Chloe has been our unofficial tour guide.
I love
Of
it.
food, of tours,
I love
of
it.
coffees, so it's great
I'm
to
a
have.
big believer in happiness is only real when shared.
Oh, that's
So-
so true.
It's nice to have friends to do it with.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you keep your voice healthy on tour? I know
It's
tough.
difficult.
Yeah.
Like, as much I would be lying if I said I sat here and was like, it's fine. You just have to take care of yourself. Try and get as much sleep is the one thing for me that I know if I'm tired, that's when my voice starts to get a little bit hoarse. But steaming, honey and lemon,
Throat coats and
throat coats, teas, warming up properly, warming down as well, and
Rest.
rest.
Yeah.
Rest really is the main one, and you kind of just have to know your body quite well, and when, if you're pushing it or if you're talking too much in a day, you have to just rein it in.
That's so true.
Yeah.
How do you... That's not... that's that. Okay. If singing wasn't an option, what other profession would you do? I'm actually curious to know this.
It's so weird because I think I never really decided to do singing, but I always kind of knew it was going to be music related. So there was never really kind of any much thought about it.
I kind of get that.
I loved science in school. It's funny, I say I never would have never thought I was going to be a singer, but yet when I talk about music, I had no plans on being like a teacher or anything like that, even though my mom was a teacher and it's the most incredible profession, but I just think it's actually too tough for me. I wouldn't be able for it, but I think I loved sciences in school actually, and I worked with a fabulous charity, Dogs Trust, for some time, and it actually was one of the most incredible experiences. So I think working with animals,
Yeah, either of those.
animals, science, but ultimately it was always going to be music, I think, or arts
know.
related.
I get that. Okay, I think we are coming up to the end of our questions.
Ooh.
So, this is actually a good one to end on. Does wearing heels on stage get uncomfortable?
Well, first of all, our poor, fabulous, not poor, she's fabulous, but in terms of injury, the fabulous Tara McNeil unfortunately sprained her knee recently, and she's been absolutely doing Trojan shows and incredible shows, but unfortunately it's meant that she hasn't been able to wear heels. So some things can interfere. I sadly had some tendonitis in my Achilles, which was quite painful, but again, once you're taking care of yourself off stage, I mean, every interval that came, every end of show that came, you just ice. But They're kind of okay, to be honest, and once you're, especially because we dance quite a bit in the show as well, it kind of keeps you on your toes, which in some ways kind of helps, but it is just a case of getting used to it.
Yeah.
And taking care of yourself. So yeah.
Muirgen, thank you for answering all of these wonderful questions
Chloe
for our
Agnew, what a
first
treat.
H&M session.
Cara McAleer, and thank you so much to everyone who sent in some questions. This has been so exciting, and I'm glad we got to document some of what goes on in the hair and makeup room.
You're in the hot seat next. You get to ask me the questions for round
Next
2.
week, it's Chloe Agnew.
Woo!
Up. Bye. And we are all finished hair and makeup. There we go. See you soon.